Hey guys, it's Prissy, and I am back with a short and sweet video and right to the good stuff. But first of all, a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, and this is my journey and my experience. So let's get to it. We're going to talk about hormones and my boob job. Hormones, I have been on them for about 3 years, a little over 3 years. Sorry. And I am on Spiro and estradiol. I take about 4 milligrams in the morning and 4 at night of the estradiol. The Spiro, I take about 200 milligrams a day. I just take them in the morning. I didn't notice any changes until like a year into hormones, which mostly were body changes. I had little rosebud boobies, some ring pop nipples, honey, and fat redistribution, waist, hips, thighs, butt. Face got rounder, cheeks, more pronounced. I feel like my nose has gotten smaller. If you follow me on Instagram, you can kind of roll back and you definitely can see a difference. Before I started hormones, I watched tons of YouTube videos, and before my boobs, I watched a ton of YouTube videos. And there is so many different stories, and you just have to sit back and think, not everybody's story is the same. With hormones, please go the doctor route. Do not try to self-medicate or, anything like that, because you can hurt yourself really bad, and you're just defeating the whole purpose, because if you're not on a blocker, you're practically your body turns that estrogen into more testosterone, so you're kind of just defeating the whole purpose. So please go to a doctor. I did have to go to a therapist to get a letter before I could go to an endo, and he recommended me to one. She's no longer here. I'm going to another one here in Oklahoma City. She moved to a different town, but she was really great. You only have to go like every 6 months or so for blood work once you've been on them for as long as I have. Skin and everything else, yes, extra smooth. Honey, downstairs is probably the biggest change. Me and my other trans sister, we just call it our slippery little slug, because honey, things ain't what they used to be, okay? But everything still works not when you want it to, but most of the time, okay? But I think that attributes to the testosterone blocker. I've seen so many videos on here where they say, oh, honey, your legs, you're not going to grow no hair. Your face is going to look like you had FFS. It's just insane because everybody's body is different. I think, though, the younger you are when you get on them is better because, you don't have to fight all the puberty stuff. But other than that, when I first started taking it, I did get that euphoric, like, oh my god, this is me, this is what I needed to be taking. I felt so much better, so much more calm. I did try the shots, and I felt like they made me hold a bunch of water weight. And you could definitely tell when it was time for another shot because it was like, honey, PMS Central, give me a Snickers, and even that wouldn't have helped. So I've stayed on the pill, which I feel like it doesn't have any spikes in it or anything, so you don't get too crazy. Which with estrogen, you're gonna have mood swings like a mother. Okay, I watch commercials and I'm boohooing my eyes out and I have no idea, and I'm like, what the hell, he just stopped the car at the stop sign, why am I crying? So get ready for that. And even if any bit of this helps somebody, that's amazing. If you have any questions, you can always comment, and I'm always open to helping out a fellow person, especially if you're in Oklahoma City and you need resources. I'm there for you, or I can help you find somebody who can help you. Let's talk about my boob job. April last year, I had a consultation, let's say April this year will be a year that I've had my implants, and a year prior I had my consultation. So I waited a year before I got my boobs. I went to Dr. Justin Jones here in Oklahoma City. He is the best. He's also very handsome and sweet, and his girls there, shout out, are amazing. I had my friend take me, because you have to have somebody drop you off and be there to drive you and pick you up. So my friends took me. I stayed with them probably 2 or 3 days. I felt fine after surgery. I think I actually fainted when they put the IV in me because I'm a needle wimp. So they put the IV in me and boom, girl, I was out. But I woke up, walked myself to the surgery table, all that. I was just so ready to have them that I didn't even care, and I wasn't even scared. I didn't cry. I was just like, honey, let's get on the table. Let's get these puppies in me and let's get this going. I got things to do. So I laid on the table. He's like, count back to whatever. Before I could even say one, honey, I was out. So I woke up, I looked down, and I'm in the recovery. And I didn't have any dressings or anything on other than the bandages underneath because I did do the underboob incision. I looked down and I was like, they're so small. And she's like, honey, you have to let, because when you first get them, anybody who's ever had their boobs done, they're like so tight and just so hard. Like your skin has to stretch to accommodate the implants. So at first they're going to look small. I ended up getting $5.75 in both, and I got round memory gel, which is the gummy, and they're textured, and what is it? It's moderate plus profile is what I got. So this is a push-up bra, so it's pushing everything up. When I take it off, they drop, and just perfect teardrop breasts, honey, gorgeous. If you follow me on Instagram, you see them. I don't want to show too much because this bra is small and it's a 40 double D and my nipples keep popping out, so I'm supposed to be wearing like a 40 triple D. But let's see if you can see. Boom, 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 boom. I was on the painkillers after they were Percocets for like 2 or 3 days, and after that I just was on ibuprofen because the pain wasn't that bad. It just felt like a burning, itchy, pulley, weird pain, and I just iced these puppies down and went along with my day, honey. I went back to work literally probably like 4 days later, 4 or 5 days later, and was fine. I didn't stop feeling any pain probably until like the 3rd month, because even though like everything else is healed, it seemed like my incisions hurt the worst even when they were healed over. Like they were just scars. It's still like they were sore and tender. Now they're fine. I can sleep on them, on my chest, everything, nothing. I do have some stretch marks around my nipples just from the stretching. They're not major. Honey and cocoa butter them down and they look wonderful. Trying to think of anything else. I know I never knew what size bra to get, and so I went to Torrid here in Oklahoma City, and some lady measured me, and she was like, you're a 40G. And I'm like, no way, honey. There's no way I'm a G. So this is the double D, which I like it because it pushes everything up to say hello. Bam. But probably for coverage, I should be wearing triple D because my nipples are literally like right here about to pop out. I do have a consultation with him in April. Again, that's just for my 1-year checkup, but I am thinking of going larger, so I'm talking to him then about everything, because they're 575 cc's, and when I went in, I really wanted larger. I wanted like 800 fill me up, baby. But you just have to sit down and talk to your doctor and tell him your expectations and your goals and what's right for your body, because there would been no way he could have shoved all that in my skin. There wasn't enough room. Even though before, from the hormones of being on them for 2+ years prior, now being on them 3+, I did have breast tissue before. If you look back at my Instagram, you can see I had little boobies. I was wearing like a B cup, like a super small B, and to get cleavage. And so I had breast tissue before. I ended up going over the muscle because I had so much breast tissue, and it covers them. I don't see any rippling or anything. They're just some big old juicy boobies, girl. But if this helps anybody or anybody has any questions, holler at me. Go see Dr. Jones, get a consultation. When I went to look for a doctor, I ended up going to like 4 because I just wasn't comfortable with some of them, and I wanted to see all their outcomes. And Dr. Justin Jones, his was like the most consistent. Like, they were all perfect, perky boobs. Like, they weren't oversized, they weren't undersized, they were just like the perfect breast. So I ended up going with him, and it was a wonderful choice because literally I experienced like hardly any pain whatsoever, other than like a slight burning, pulley, itchy pain. But hello, I just had my chest cut open, so there's bound to be something. Also, if y'all have any suggestions or any topics that you want to discuss or anything, shoot them down in the comments. Like the video and subscribe, and I hope to talk to y'all soon. Thanks for hearing me ramble about all these things. Follow me on Instagram, which is Prissy Arthur, or Snapchat, Prissy Arthur 69. Boop, 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 boop. Anywho, talk to you later.